So you live in Calgary and you want some recommendations of what to do that's within a reasonable driving distance. Today I'm going to showcase a few of my favorite places that I like to visit and I feel that are worth you checking out this summer. Hi, my name's Adam Fife and I create value-driven content for both my viewers and clients. Make sure to browse the channel and check out some other content that I've created in relation to the Calgary real estate market. If you end up finding some value here, feel free to subscribe and comment to let me know how I'm doing, so let's get into it. So this list is in no particular order, but what I'm going to do is start from east and work my way west. Make sure to check out the chapters below if you want to skip around the video to different areas instead. I'm not going to get into great detail about each place, but I will link some information about every place below. Okay, so the very first place that we're going to start off today is actually called Drumheller. Now Drumheller is about an hour and a half northeast of Calgary, and it is very unique in its own way. So if you're into dinosaurs, kind of badlands, and some dry areas, this place has been completely torn apart from some water. And it is very interesting to witness, and there has been some fossil discoveries in this area. So if you want to go to the Royal Royal Museum, there are quite a bit of interesting facts about this area that are very interesting and unique in its own way. You can come in here, camp for a full weekend, and have quite a bit of enjoyment just going up and down some of the hoodoos and just enjoying some interesting views. So moving forward, we're actually just going to go back to this screen here, and we're going to go back down to Calgary and only go about 40 minutes west, which is Bragg Creek. Now, Bragg Creek is a very interesting area if you're looking to get out there, enjoy a little bit of water, and enjoy some hikes. So if you go to Bragg Creek and go directly west down this street here, you actually come up to a small little conservation area and a whack of hikes. Now, there is some really good elevation gain here, so if you are looking for a little bit of, leisure trails or more intense trails, this has you covered. Quite a bit of bike trails here as well, so you will notice that there are quite a bit of bikers going up and around and enjoying this area quite a bit. So the cool thing about Bragg Creek as well is you can actually come back here and enjoy quite a bit of time just by the river. So if we zoom out here, you will notice that there are quite a few campgrounds. Now the cool thing about this area is it is crown land. So depending on where you go and how comfortable you are, you can actually start dipping into some of these off-roads here and going into the area of crown land camping. So as long as you buy your crown land camping pass for the year, you can come out here and pretty much just park anywhere that you want within this area, within the designated areas, and enjoy a time away from some cell service. So let's go back to this. Now, that's kind of Bragg Creek in a nutshell. So if we actually go back to Calgary here, and we go up through Cochrane, we'll hit Ghost Lake. So Ghost Lake is a big body of water that is right off the Bow River, and it is really good for boating. So if you're into boats, you're into lake life, if you will, this is a really cool area to come and enjoy that. I've done some wakeboarding here, some water skiing here, and it's so close to town that it's not too bad to tow your trailer, or tow your boat, and enjoy a beautiful day. Now the only thing about Ghost Lake is the water's pretty much always cold. It doesn't matter how hot the day is, this water is always freezing. So moving forward from there, if you wanted to actually step into a little bit more of crown land but north of Calgary, you can actually go up Highway 40 here and hit Waiparous Village. Now this area is very popular for people who want to, again, crown land camp, maybe go out and shoot some guns, be very reasonable and respectful of the land, but come out here and actually just enjoy some time kind of by yourself away from society. Now you can see that there's the Trapper's Lodge here. You can see just a bunch of different kind of campgrounds, if you will. Again, you do need to get an annual pass to come and enjoy the crown land, but you can actually go right up Highway 40 here, and all up this street you will see quite a few campgrounds all along here. Now it is really nice because there's no cell service, so you can actually come out here, have some really pretty mountain views, if you would, and just turn the phone off and have some fun. So from Waiparous, let's actually just go back down. So we're going to go a little bit more west. So if we were from Calgary here, about 45 minutes straight down this highway, and you turn south down Highway 40, so there's Highway 40 north and then there's Highway 40 south, you'll hit what's called Barrier Lake. Now Barrier Lake is probably one of the best lakes that is very close to Calgary, in my personal opinion. Barrier Lake is right at the base of a mountain, which you can kind of tell here. No boats or anything like that. I mean, if you got like a paddleboard or a blow-up kayak, something like that, you can go on there, but no motorboats. You can come out here and just enjoy a beautiful day at the beach, depending on the time of year. Now this is very popular in the summertime, so make sure that you get there nice and early to snag a good spot. So if you wanted to continue to go down from Barrier Lake, you've got what's called Kananaskis Village. So Kananaskis Village is a little bit of a hub. There is a few amenities here, some food and water, but what is really popular about Kananaskis Village is just look at all the hikes in this area. Now, if you go to All Trails, no sponsors here, but if you download their app, you can actually go and follow along, just kind of like a Facebook or Twitter, of recent reviews of hikes and kind of see what people are saying, especially when the seasons are changing. So this is a perfect example of, this time of year, April, sometimes it's still slushy up there, a little bit dangerous depending on how cold it is. So being able to go on something like All Trails before you take that hour drive out here, you can see what recent people have suggested about this hike. So going back up from Kananaskis Village, instead of turning down Highway 40, let's say you went all the way down the highway into Canmore. Now, Canmore, just like Kananaskis Village, is a hub. Now, obviously, there's grocery stores, there's convenience stores, there's gas stations, there's all that you could imagine in Canmore. So if you actually go here on Google Maps, you can see that it's right between these two ranges here, and there's quite a bit of space between. So depending on what it is you're trying to accomplish, there is a lot of amazing bike trails at the Nordic Center. There's a lot of cross-country skiing trails that you can go on, and you can genuinely enjoy an amazing time here in Canmore, Alberta. So moving on from Canmore, if you don't want to be within the city, which I totally understand, you can actually take two ways to Spray Lakes. Now, if you were to come all the way to the highway, you can actually go up 742, up Spray Lakes Road, and down to what's called Spray Lakes Reservoir. Now, this place is an awesome place for fishing. The water seems to be fairly low over the last few years, but again, if you want to just kind of get out there, there's no self-service here. You can come and pretty much park right on the water if you would, and just enjoy a beautiful picnic with an amazing landscape. What you could do too, if you are down for the adventure, you can actually see that 742 does a loop around to Kananaskis Village. So if you're looking to just spend a Sunday afternoon drive, I would highly recommend going down Highway 40 and up for 742. The only thing about this road is you do have to consider that it is a gravel road and it does get pretty dusty. So depending on which vehicle you use, drive with caution. So moving right along from Spray Lakes, we can't have this conversation without talking about Lake Minnewanka. So Lake Minnewanka, kind of the same things as Ghost Lake, is you can actually have motorized boats on this water. Now it is an absolutely massive lake. So you can see there's the dock here, pretty small. And then this lake is actually 14 kilometers long. You can see it just goes all the way down here. Lake Minnewanka is amazing. You have all this opportunity to go on hikes. Now the water does get a little choppy at times. There are some backcountry camping like LM8 and LM9. You've got Elmer Lookout right here in Mount Elmer, which is an absolutely beautiful passageway to experience. There's just a lot of opportunity here at Lake Minnewanka. Now, like I said before, this water is petrifyingly cold. So if you do come out here, don't plan on swimming. If you have a boat, that's great, but I wouldn't come out here and plan to swim. If you wanted to swim, you can go somewhere like Two Jacks, maybe even Johnson Lake. There are a couple little spots here that you can tuck away and actually drive down and enjoy some scenery there. Or you can go to Banff. Now, just like Canmore, just like Kananaskis Village, Banff is an amazing hub. This is a tourist hotspot. Now, it does get very busy in the summertime, so please be, warned what the parking is going to be like, but this is an absolutely amazing place to come and visit. There is a lot to do here. You could do hiking, biking, rock climbing, all sorts of things. So I would do a lot more research before you go there. I will link it below, but there is just an amazing amount of opportunities here. Moving forward, you can go all the way to Lake Louise, a little bit further. So Lake Louise here is again another hub. It's a little bit smaller, so there are convenience stores, gas stations, stuff like that, but again, it's a hub. So you can see all the different hikes that are here. You can see Lake Louise. You got Moraine Lake over here, and just some really good opportunities to enjoy some glacier photo ops, if you would. Again, some hiking, depending on the time of year. I mean, you can come skiing at the Lake Louise ski resort, and an absolutely amazing place. Definitely worth coming here, even just dipping down into BC a little bit. You can see the border here. There's Field over here, which is some really nice mountains. You do cross the Continental Divide, which is pretty sweet. So at some point, I don't remember exactly where it is, but there is a point where the water will either go west or they'll either go west or either go east. So at some point when you're driving down the street, you'll notice that the water's either going behind you or going ahead of you. It's pretty cool. Definitely suggest going out there because it is just an interesting geographical thing to witness. So a couple more things that I will touch on. Now, these are what's within reach here. Now, if you wanted to go on a little bit more of an adventure, I would highly recommend going up the Cline River. So you can see Calgary's over here. You drive up the highway all the way over to Cline River. Now, Abraham Lake is again another amazing place to go and visit. It's crown land on this side. So if you wanted to go there, just camp out, enjoy some time there. This lake, not going to swim in it. I've seen people do it. It is pretty cold and you're kind of in and out. The water does get very choppy, but it is absolutely beautiful. As you can tell from some of this, the coloring here, you can tell that this is a very nice place to visit. I would highly recommend Cline River. It's just a cool little kind of nook, if you would, and yeah, just really, really nice views. So that's it, folks. I hope you got some value from this video and that it encourages you to get out there and enjoy Southern Alberta. Of course, I didn't cover everything available in our immediate area, but it does give you a general idea of what you can do. So make sure to check out our channel and subscribe to show your support. Thanks again to everyone who's watching. Until next time, peace.